Good morning. Good morning. So I think I found a way to do this beforehand. So how are you feeling? This morning is about what are you looking for? Raising the consciousness, raising the awareness, bettering ourselves, bettering our life, bettering those who we share it with. And life is beautiful once we learn to take care of our emotions. Okay. I just want to get some water. I haven't really gotten water yet. So let me just get some water quick. See, I mean, this is beautiful right here, right? Because we're live. And we're just rolling. That came to me before. That was a very beautiful thing. Where we learn, we figure it out. It doesn't have to be perfect necessarily, but every morning counts. Every moment counts. And this is the moment. This is the day. Yesterday is gone and away. And really, what are we looking for? Because this is very big. This is very, very big. What are you looking for? All right, because let's not be concerned with the world right now. Let's just focus on ourselves. It's the morning, we're waking up, and how do you feel inside? As a spiritual energy management consultant, I offer energy assessments and sit down with people to help them, first of all, become more aware of what's going on inside and ways that they can do to take care of their emotions, to take care of their energy. But first, we have to become aware of what's going on. And maybe somebody may not be necessarily aware of things are going on or whatever, and they may just be aware that there's a lot of chaos and a lot of misery inside their life. And so that's where an energy assessment comes in place so that we can really see and identify without judgment, without putting down. Where are we? What's the vibration? What's the emotion? What's going on? What's the turmoil inside the self? Is that not what's going on? Why are there all these seemingly problems, issues in the world, in people's lives? Is it because that people are filled with so much turmoil? I've come to know a lot through my experience, and things are very, very clear. And so I'm sorry if you get offended in any way, shape, or form, because my job is to be Shane. And I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job right now. And Shane has a lot of compassion, okay? I have a lot of compassion. But what I don't have is pity, is sympathy, because there's a light inside of everyone. And that is my message, is that there is a light inside of you. And identifying what you are really looking for. Are you really looking for resolution? Because resolution is here. That's what this daily service is for. It's for those who are open, willing, and realize that they're ready to receive now. Receive whatever they need. Not through me, through their own light inside, through their own self. Because source is within everything. And at one point in time, we have to go back to source to receive that which we need. Because what do we really need? We say we need this, we say we need that. We go out into the world and we spend our hard earned money, or whatever type of money you have. It doesn't have to be hard earned. There's a way for life not to be such a struggle. And you are deserving, regardless of whether you put in a 12-hour shift or not. Your presence is very deserving. And that's what we're doing here, is that we're developing our presence. We're developing our being. And so, okay, we can bring in a practice here. So this is Morning with Self, Awakening with Master Shane, and we're going to be practicing contentment. This is a teaching that has come to me for a while now, in teaching meditation and teaching others to be calm and find that peace inside themselves. And I went off on quite some journeys, and one of them is trying to live, right? I did an experiment for myself where I'm blessed to be able to have skills and consciousness and be able to make money in poker. And I played professionally for 8 years. And so what I did, I wasn't concerned about just making money. Okay. I found a way to make a living. And then I used that means, because that's what it's a means, right? You create a means of living. Then how are you living? And so my intention with how I was going to live at that point in time was to live physically off as little as I possibly could and just immerse myself in my study and what I love, taking walks, nature, going disc golfing and different things to get out in nature and have fun and to socialize with friends. It was an interesting, because I realized that I wasn't happy inside myself and I wanted to be happy. And I didn't feel true happiness from people around me. It's no offense or anything. And it's not to say that I haven't met people throughout my life that I have felt like true happiness, but I didn't feel it from a lot of people. And the people who were supposedly willing to teach me, I didn't feel it from them. I learned as much as I possibly could from everybody. And I realized there's different ways. And who are we listening to? We have this beautiful, beautiful technology. So you have the choice to wake up with Master Shane. Like right here, providing daily service of, okay, we made an intention. We're making our commitment. We're paying our dues today with our commitment and our follow through. Because I do want to provide daily service. I am here to help. And money does not have to be an issue. A lot of times we make money an issue, but that's a bigger teaching, because the deeper teaching is how we use time as an excuse. When in reality, we don't have, I mean, you can have infinite amount of time, then you're going into the realm of eternity and the realm of immortality. But if you do not know what to do with one embodiment, if you do not know what to do with one lifeline, one lifetime, then how do you think that you know what to do with eternity, that you know what to do with immortality? And there's all of these people who are looking and searching and seeking for immortality in this world. There's a lot of anti-aging and a lot of research and a lot of study going into, a lot of things are funded because people are searching for immortality. But how well do you know what to do with a day? How well do you know what to do with an hour? How well do you know what to do with a moment? Because this is the moment, and the course is going to help a lot of people, because it's just getting to the basics of it. Okay. There's a lot of distracting material out there, and it's not to say that it's necessarily distracting and not useful. There's a place and there's a time for everything. And so that's what we have to understand for an organized life, and to start putting things in their place and in their time. And I went off and I kind of cut myself off from the world, seeking happiness, seeking inner happiness, inner love. I realized I didn't love myself. I mean, we talk about love and we talk about all these things, which is nice, but I want to experience it. I want to feel it from the inside. And so that's what's going on, is that there's a lot of things and a lot of people feel things inside themselves and they don't know what to do. This is a daily service that you can sit and you can witness. And the more that you come, the more that you receive, and understand that the true fight is inside. And we're all on our own healing journey here. So the quicker that you learn, the quicker you move on your healing journey. The more you stay stuck, the more you stay stubborn, the more you drag it out. And you're showing that you do not understand life. And you do not know how to use life for good, beyond good and bad, which is essential in learning to be able to do that. Because it's you, and it all comes back to you for a good reason. And you have to understand that if you continue on with wicked ways, that comes back to you. And truly, who you are hurting and who you are allowing to be hurt is you. You can put that on other people for some time, but what is time, what is space. And this isn't to get lost in discussion. This isn't to get lost in research, because there's a lot of that going on. That's why the course is the course. And that's why it's going to help a lot of people, because it's the foundation, it's the basis, it's the germination of you. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's a fertilizer in a way, but it's not fertilizer. We're not talking about, yeah, there is rich soil and everything involved. But it's a little bit deeper than that. It's the foundations. And it's identifying what you really need. The effects of the course. Because what do you really need? We say we need to eat. We say we need those shoes. We say we need those jeans. We say we need that car. We say we need that house. We need to spend this money. We need to spend that money. What do we really need? How satisfied are you? It's like the understanding of like eating food, right? Just eating food. Are you satisfied? How much food do you need to be satisfied? Do you need to constantly eat? Or are you just using that as a distraction? You're just using that as an excuse to not face emotions that are going on inside of yourself, to not face the turmoil that's going on inside of yourself. This is a basic foundational practice of being able to peel the layers through practicing contentment. So it doesn't mean that you are satisfied with where you are in life in terms of your potential. Because, yeah, it means that you are content in this moment as you are. And you accept this moment fully. And without doing that, you're only a small fraction of what you can be. Because to become your full potential and to grow into your potential and into your true self, who you, as some say, must become, well, you need to be in the moment. You need to fully be you in this moment. In the only moment that counts right now. Because everything that happened before is history. It's in the history books. And this moment's going to be in the history books. And whatever may happen, there are a set of probabilities. There's a part of that unknown in life as a human. There's something beyond man. So you can speculate on what that is. You can theorize on what that is. But if you do not experience it, then how do you truly know? Maybe you heard somebody else that experienced it, but experience is subjective. Just because somebody else experienced it like that doesn't mean you're going to experience it exactly like that. In fact, the chances are you're not, unless you take on and you think and you create the illusion of that. But truly, is that your experience? Or are there filters? Are there things in the way? Obstacles? And are you ready to remove those obstacles? Are you ready to fully be you? Are you ready to fully be this moment? Of course, everybody's ready in their own time. Everybody's truly ready. It's a matter of realizing that you are ready because everything is provided for, right? So that's why we practice contentment. So that we don't have to walk around with insatiable desires. Why is it that people are seemingly frantically trying to get to where they think they need to go and be and do and all this stuff? There's like this just whatever. It's the part of I let that go and the part of I witness miracles. And so I see a lot of good. I see a lot of miracles in life where there are a lot of sincere people. And I know that there are those who are realizing that they're ready. They're realizing that they're ready to claim their divine rights and will, and that there's a lot of misery and there's a lot of turmoil that we've consumed. And it doesn't necessarily have to be our life. Maybe the world chooses that, but we don't have to be consumed by the world. Our job is to not be, our job isn't to just let the world devour us. Like, you know, is that really my job? You just want to take. Like, do you see the expectations and how unreasonable they are? Because I let them go. And so there's no excuse. I'm building. This is daily service, and everyone who's truly seeking resolution and peace inside themselves can receive. It's not about money. I know, I understand. I understand a lot. And money is a funny thing. But it's a thing. All right. But yet it's not a thing because money ain't no thing. And we just have to learn on how to get our money right. And we have to understand on how to protect ourselves as well too. That's what I'm learning right now. And how to accept and how to protect my abundance, how to protect my blessings. Because I'm not here to just let you take my blessings. That's not how one hand feeds the other. That's not something that I have to be a part of. Because what are you looking for? If you're looking for pity, if you're looking for sympathy, if you're looking for poor little me, I don't see that. So I don't know what you're talking about. There's a light inside of you. You have the power inside yourself to get going in life. You have the power inside of yourself to make this moment count, to hold yourself accountable Stop getting off the pity potty. Get off the pity potty. Stop trying to go to pity party and understand that you're wasting your time. Understand like what you're bringing into life, how to protect yourself from that. And looking for that means that you're inviting that into your life. And if you're inviting that into your life, well, and you say you're inviting abundance, well, there's a conflict inside of you if that's the case. And I'm not saying there's a conflict inside of you. What I'm saying is that there's a light inside of you. And if you focus on that light, any and all conflict disappear now. Any and all conflict be resolved now. That's what we're doing here. As we're seeking resolution, we're shining light. We're shining our consciousness to see if there may be any so that we can show it the door. Here you go. Love you. Thank you for your service. You are no longer needed here. Have a good one. We do not have to take on so much from other people. And in fact, it doesn't help. It's like I'm learning more about Helen Keller's life. I love like looking at other people's life and just how they live, you know? Because I think that's important stuff. I think it's important how I live here. I want to be very astute and conscious of my choices and how I choose to live here. Because as they say, we're free to make our choices in life, but we're not free of the consequences of the choices in which we do make. So I found it very, very interesting, going deeper into life because, that's how you speed read. That's how I enjoy myself with all the knowledge, right? We say we need to eat, but it's like you can go to the library and you can like eat just like you eat food, but with all the knowledge. And you can impress that upon yourself. In the beginning, it's just like being able to impress that, right? The first impression is a very summarized version. But the more you go back to it, the more you revisit it, the more you make the choice to use your time and your space to focus on that, you look deeper and deeper and deeper. So I'm going deeper inside of Helen Keller's life. I'm starting to become more aware and conscious of things. And, you could even listen to something for the first time, but like if you're listening to something from the first time, how much are you really going to get out of it? But if you listen to it every single day for 7 days, 21 days, then how much are you going to get out of it? Find out for yourself. Go see. Try it out. It wasn't until the gifted teacher came into Helen Keller's life that those around her witnessed something different. Because before that, the ones in her life were witnessing and enabling what one would say bad behavior. The tantrums and everything, the fits, they were intense. I don't have experience of things like that's intensive things of what she felt, the lengths that she had to go to get her way, the chaos, the misery, the disturbance that she had to become to get her way. And so her family was seeking Dr. had no medical advice or hope for her necessarily, but still had hope, still had hope, and suggested some people and different things to contact, and got into contact with the teacher. And that's when things completely changed. But it wasn't easy in the beginning because there was a learned behavior of expressing a lot of frustration, expressing, because that's got to be difficult, right? When the sister came, that there was a lot of jealousy that sprung up, because here's somebody who can read, they can see, they can hear things, but yet I live in a world of darkness. How tempted one may be to be jealous of other people for having something that they seemingly don't have. And this is something that I'm learning deeper as I look into, and how we learn on how to get our way, and understanding that we need to learn our way. We need to learn on how to take care of our emotions so that we're not being expressions of the frustrations of life, of the disappointment of life, of all these things. How do we transform those so that we can be more pure expressions of ourselves and be able to get what we want without causing harm, without causing a disturbance, without trying to get everybody else's attention? Well, first we have to stop observing that, and we have to stop enabling that. This gives a glimpse into that where it's actually not helping. When you're feeding people who are looking for pity, they're just going to come back more hungry for pity. That's not how one hand feeds the other. That's a path of destruction, not from my wish at all, because you're cutting yourself off. You're becoming dependent upon other people. And there's a point, whether that's the one looking for pity or those providing pity, where it's going to be like, okay, enough is enough. Like, this isn't working out anymore. Where is this taking us? It's creating a lot more distress. It's creating a lot more emotions, and things are becoming more difficult, seemingly. So something's got to change. So then, whether it's the person or the receiver or the giver or whatever, if you stop feeding that, maybe they go find that from somebody else, but that's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to not feed that. It's to not enable that. And that's more of a deeper spiritual teaching. Because we have all these concepts of don't be an enabler and all these things that we've learned in childhood. And there is a truth to that. There's a truth in everything. And the best that you can do is to move forward on your healing journey, because it's your healing journey, and be a testament yourself. That's the best that can be done. And that's the beauty, is that we have so many testaments. That's why I love biographies and autobiographies, because these are testaments. This is what I would just immerse myself at the library. We're here to be testaments. This is what you could call as success. And success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, as Earl Nightingale has coined it. And so the key word in that definition, in that phrase, the progressive realization. The progressive realization. The progressive realization. And so just going back as often as you can to that worthy ideal of success, of being the change in the world that you wish to see, and understanding that for that caterpillar to become that beautiful butterfly, it has to build a cocoon and cut itself off from the world for at least some time. That's what I did as well too when I was searching for happiness, able to play poker. I could easily cut myself off from the world. I realized that the world pretended a lot. And it's not to say that you can't go back in the world. It's just like employment in a way, especially right now. Like, you can always get a job. You can always find a job. You can always make money some way or another. But like success in alignment with your worthy progressive realization of your worthy ideal is making a money and making a living with something you love doing, something that you feel called to provide service to the world and to others, becoming a true professional, not just a hobbyist, not just somebody who's like, had a career in corporate America and now like in their retirement or on their side, they're doing their thing. Like, that's great. I'm not knocking that in any way. I'm just saying the true success, the true testament of success is being able to make a living doing that, to be able to walk away from corporate and be like, yo, I can do this on my own. All of the resources are here. This has never been a better time. We don't have to retire at night like we used to, like our grandparents. It's not just, business isn't 8 to 5 anymore. There are no like business hours per se. Business is always going on now. We're all connected around the whole world and everything too. So like, that's why I understand. Okay, providing daily service, the course, and being able to, I mean, not even just the course, because that's the course. That's the first course, which, I mean, it's going to give plenty, but I got 9 courses to put out right now. And not only that, the countless books that I have, I have written and everything, but that's the difficult part, is going through that, is spending the time, is really building a space and really building an environment where you can focus. And that's part of the battle. Um, but the battle is within. And so the best thing that I can do is be a testament. The best thing that I can do is show others how I got it my way without causing harm. That's for me. Okay, let's throw that in there, because that is the highest, to be able to do with harm. So we learn on how to do things, we learn on how to get what we want, but how much have we learned to get what we want without causing harm? Because clearly there's a lot of harm being done in the world. And so this is Morning with Self, waking up with Master Shane. Um, this isn't an all day festival yet, but we're working towards it. Working on building Team Shane, working on getting our own temple, um, so that we can create that space to be able to do that type of stuff. And right now, there are a lot of hats that I have to wear. And I'm more than happy. I'm more than grateful of how much I'm learning and how strong that I'm becoming inside myself. So I'm becoming a testament, and I'm here for you. I'm here for everybody. I'm providing this daily service. We're getting into a lot of talk right now, because there's a lot of talk in the world, and there's a lot of things that we need to let go of. There's a lot of attachment. There's a lot of holding on. It's like, that's what we have to realize. Um, if you're looking for abundance, if you're looking for prosperity, if you're looking for health, if you're looking for wealth, it's here. But understanding that there are obstacles in the way, there are attachments in the way, and letting things go. Understanding that there's a source inside of you. How do you become more independent? How do you become more useful, in the sense of not needing others' attention, not needing others' conversation? So that's a huge thing going on in the world, because there's so many expectations. It's like you just walk around and people expect to have like a half hour conversation with you. It's like, that adds up. Like, why do you need to talk so much? You don't. You need to practice contentment. That's what we're getting into here. Morning with Self, awakening with Master Shane, practicing contentment, so that we can truly, fully be in the moment and empower ourselves in this point of creation that we are creating, as we think, as we feel, as we perceive and witness creation itself. I do offer spiritual and energy management consultations and assessments to help others be able to identify what's going on inside themselves, and some things that they can do to move forward in life and to create a better overall feeling inside, so that they can be more of themselves. And I love you beyond the physical. I'm here for you. I support you. I'm providing daily service now. And MasterShane.com, HealingHolisticBeing.com, more to come. So it's time to go. I wish you the best. I wish everyone wellness and health, wealth, and prosperity. You can write to me at shane@mastershane.com. We are getting the email support up and different types of ways where you can write me your story uh, and be able to receive something that you read every single day that will be a big blessing and a big healing inside your life. Uh, and also getting available where there can be recording as well too. Um, can do prayer requests and healing with pictures and all sorts of things where it doesn't matter where you are. We're connected here around the world, and there's support, there's help, there's healing here if you're going through things and you're willing and ready to receive. So I'm getting the prices up on the website, and I'm here. So we can also contribute with our attention in different things. So if this does help you, hitting the like button, being able to share it, and get it out there, because that's a part of it as well too. Those are ways that we can give back with not just money, because it's understanding that our time is very, very valuable, right? That's part of getting your money right, is getting your time right so that you can be productive in ways. But just because you have your money right doesn't mean necessarily you have your time right, because in essence, that's the deeper teaching. So take care of yourself, take care of your time, take care of your money, take care of your emotions, and many blessings.